Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is my third try, you guys. I'm trying to keep it really short and sweet. This is part 2 of Is Brother Quarnell X a crook? I still don't know, you guys. You can Google his name, just Quarnell X, and read his Wikipedia. What I found, his really tragic beginnings to everything. I really think that the tragedy in his life in the beginning is what shaped how he is now. Like finding his brother and 3 other people dead in a house. Like, unfortunately, I've done CPR on a dead person. They were already dead, but I still did the CPR on them, trying to save them. So not a lot of people can relate to that, but I can kind of relate to that, but not maybe in that same sense. I think these people were brutally murdered. Is he a crook? Still don't know, you guys, but I do know that the weird thing is, when I Googled Quarnell X gets confession, when I Googled that the first time, I had to press more and more, all the baby stuff, the baby Malia David, all her stuff is coming up now, because that's what he's involved in now. I had to press more, maybe twice or 3 times. But I came up with Jeffrey Cordero Archangel. Came up with an article about him and Brother Quanell being by his side as he turned himself in. He was accused of killing this young child that was protecting his mom in a subway. He said he didn't do it. The strange part that I saw with this, and this is per CW39 Houston, okay? This is where I read it, and y'all got to go check that picture of Quanell in that picture. Something about that picture is really weird too, of him standing up there with the guy. Y'all tell me what y'all think. I'll leave the comments open for y'all to tell me what y'all think about that picture. But long story short is, so I Googled the guy. Okay, so after I did the audio session, I came back. I tried to find that again, doing the same search that I did before. It wouldn't come up. It went all the way down to nothing, right? Couldn't find it again. Maybe I missed it. I don't know. But it just seemed, I couldn't find it. Maybe my eyes overlooked it. Anyway, I Googled the guy's name and it popped up again. Brother Quanell was there with him when he turned himself in. And the crazy part is, it didn't have an outcome. I couldn't find an outcome to this case. Whether this guy was convicted, whether he was released, was he guilty, whatever. I couldn't find anything. I couldn't find anything about the guy past that story. That's it. All I see is that he was charged with capital murder. He turned himself in. That's it. Now that was strange. And reading Brother Quanell's Wikipedia bio thing, all of this man is that identity extremist, whatever. I'm pretty sure that he's got an FBI file and all this and that. But the fact of the matter is, this man been at it since the early 90s. We looking at 30 years. This man has been at it. And always bringing it back to the business, because my channel is about all things business. I have to bring it back to the business. This man is running a business. His business may be morbid to you. His business may be, capitalizing off of tragedies, however you want to look at it or whatever. But I look at it to where I know for sure his job is not a job that I would want to have. If his job description was something that if I had to get out there and do it, it probably wouldn't get done, because I don't have the stomach for it. I don't have the stomach to go try to get folks to tell me where dead kids is. And this is not the first dead children. He done got people to tell him. he was behind a man that he thought was innocent and had to get this man to confess where his dead kids was at. This is not the first, this is not the first dead people that he's recovered. And like he said in that Fox 4, which sent me on to this goose chase or whatever, he said, this is not the first confession I got. He's right. This is not the first confession he got. No. And it kind of all just boils down to another thing. It's like, you sitting up here, you think you riding for an innocent person, and all along they're guilty. And he's done this a couple of times over. I think now he kind of just plays both sides. I don't think he looks at guilty or innocent. He's just playing, get much information from both sides as he can to get justice. Like, his biggest thing is justice. And I think that I think his whole thing from that time when he saw his brother and them dead in that house, that just shaped his life. He probably is like, I'm not going to say he's numb inside. I'm not saying that he's not a human being, whatever. I'm not saying he doesn't feel emotion. But I'm thinking that that was what shaped his life. He bucks the system and has been bucking it for almost 30 years. I was just really kind of angry. Like, wow, it just seemed like people popped up out the woodwork hating this man, though. I read in the comment section somewhere under one of the Malia Davis's videos where they were talking about the baby girl, and in the comments down there, he probably killed her. I was like, what? Why would you say such a hateful? Not only is it not true, but it's so hateful and evil. You hate this man so bad that you're gonna put that out there that he killed it. I'm like, oh my God. And it doesn't stop there. People say they don't like, I knew he was shady. I knew he was a crook. Okay, look, I see the 4 women that came out during this case. And then I talked about the Lisa Falkenberg article from October 22nd, 2014. From the woman with her son. I'm not going to name her, but rest in peace to her son, and my condolences to her family. Quarnell X allegedly took, well, we're not going to say allegedly because she had the contract and everything. He got $1,400 from her. He said it was $4,500 or to help her. And supposedly she was disparaging the fiance or the girlfriend or something on social media. Like hindering what he was trying to do with the case or whatever, and stopped communicating with her, whatever. But she had a confidentiality agreement that at the top of that, if you want to go back and listen to the other audio session, it said, you have to get written permission to talk about this contract, the case and everything, everything we talking about in this contract, you got to get written permission. She breached that contract. Quarnell X could have sued her for a little house, little car, whatever she got. Could have got her for everything. He did not do that. He let it slide. He even commented and gave more commentary to add to the article. They went and interviewed him for the article. He added to it. Now, you dealing with something, you dealing with a case, somebody give you money to help and do this or whatever, but they sitting up here lying dead to your face. They want this outcome, but they're lying to you, so you can't get that outcome because they're lying to you. I believe him when he said these people lied. They didn't tell him the whole truth. The whole truth is still, you know the whole truth, but you tell me part of the truth. To me, that's still a lie. And then you want me to put my name behind this. Now, mind you, this man has already put his name behind killers and murderers and people that turn out to be killers and guilty and all this. So, of course, he's coming through with trepidation now. So, I believe him when he say the people didn't tell him the whole truth. I believe him. Is Quarnell X a crook? Still don't know. Even if I did know what I said, I don't know. I don't know. Even if I did know, it's not my place to judge this man. I know that this man is doing work that I know for sure that I don't want to do. He's going to find dead children's bodies, getting people to tell you where dead kids' bodies is at. He's building up trust with killers. Talking to them in a way where they trust him enough to tell them where they done buried or burnt up bodies. Do I want to do that work? Am I going to do that? That person that commented that he the one that's killed the baby, are they going to go do that work? No. They didn't go help look for that baby. They not going to go help look for no baby. They going to be on their computer typing hateful comments. People that I saw did video, they were doing videos and they actually, were talking highly of him, and 2 weeks later flipped it. He's a publicity. He's just doing it. Putting their tongue on this man. But again, they're not going to go look up under not one log or not one leaf for not one dead child. They're not going to go to not one police station where some police brutality happened. I don't want my name. I ain't trying to get involved in that. And that's me. That's me. But this man goes and confronts crooked cops, DAs, crooked politicians, mayors. He goes and confronts them directly. He had some man sending back and forth racist emails or whatever. He trying to get this man to resign. Okay. When I started reading that Wikipedia stuff, I said, I see why everybody hate him. I already knew then. I'm like, I know now. And that's part of the process. But guess what? I actually don't think that this man cares. He's going to keep doing what he's doing. Like I say, if he was taking donations and just, working off of donations, then it would be a whole nother story. He got millions of dollars. He should be helping everybody. And whoever he didn't help, it would be a big old thing. He didn't get to come help me, my son, my daughter, whatever. It still would be something. So it's a lose-lose on this one. Especially, you look at this guy, the baby, and this man that was like harassing him in the store in a mall. This man he out shopping and some man and found him from the Instagram. This type of stuff in the black community, is it ever gonna stop? I don't know. But I'm gonna tell you, just when I saw 12/7, nope, it doesn't bother him. He's going to. It's something about probably that day that he found his brother and them people dead in that house. He probably set his mind towards something. And once we set our mind towards something, honey, there ain't nothing you could do. It's people that don't like me. As soon as I tell them I'm a Sagittarius, they don't like me. Even though, yes, I know. I researched my lower self. I researched everything. Like, what are the bad traits of my sign? And when I was younger, I said, well, let me change that. Oh, irresponsible, flighty, not commit. I researched all that stuff. I said, nope, I don't want to be that person. And those are the things that I worked on myself. All the rest of the stuff I liked. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Yeah, I like to travel. I love all this. But all of the negative stuff, I said, no, I don't want to be this person. And that is the stuff that I actively changed. And anybody that has negative stuff in their sign, that's why I'm not a wholehearted zodiac person. I do like the zodiac astrology stuff, but it's just not set in stone. I don't believe that a person just has to be this horrible person because their sign says that they're this. If your sign says that you're irresponsible, you just work harder to be more responsible. That's it. So anyway, back to this. This man, y'all gonna be like, oh, you just like him because he, you know what? I just love him because he's black. And even with all the stuff that go on in the black community, it's crazy. We do some crazy. We can be crazy. It's some crazy stuff that go on. I still love all my people, but I'm definitely knowing how rough we could be. I done had people say they don't like a person just because. I've heard that. I just don't like her. I just don't like, why? I just don't. It don't be no reason at all. I just don't. So when I saw it, at first I probably should have just looked the other way or whatever, but I had to equate it to business. So when y'all looking at this stuff, know that it costs money to pull records. It costs money to travel around. It costs money to investigate. It costs money to pull all of these different reports. It costs money to hire people to help you to do all of this stuff. So that's why he charges money. He's not charging money to be an activist. He's not. Anyway, it don't even matter what I say, right? Because again, you're going to have the people that's going to say, I just don't like him. It just something ain't right about him. You know? And to tell you the truth, that picture, when y'all Google that picture with the guy, Jeffrey Cordero Archangel, the particular picture that they have up for him, that is a picture that you can decide not to like. Like, it's something about that picture that's really weird. I was like, why did they use that picture? It looks like he was in movement, like his head was moving or he was looking, and it almost looks like he's looking dead at you through the picture, but his eyes look real creepy. And I was like, why did they use that picture of him? You know, he's fairly handsome, and you know, I was like, I know they stood out there for a long time. I know they got a bunch of shots, but they decided to use that picture. But this man, you know, he's bucking the system. So if they can convince y'all to hate him too, then that's even better for them. I don't know if it'll be a part 3, probably not, but you know, what I found on this, I just didn't find too much on here to just really justify just really hating this man. And then that person that left that comment about him, he the one probably killed the baby. I couldn't believe. I just was like, wow. I just couldn't believe it. And I just really can't believe the hate that we have for each other. I really, sometimes it just is. It's hurtful. I'm not gonna say it's hurtful. Yeah, maybe that is the right word. It's hurtful. It's hurtful to know that a person just cannot like you for no damn reason, or just even with facts presented, or you know, y'all like, well, she should have gave them people their money back. Why? He did work. He did work. If they lied, how you know they lied? You know what? I tell you what, I can dig deeper, but I'm going to tell you, I know people lie. People tell half the truth to make themselves look good and things like that. It's not far-fetched, honey. It's not far-fetched. I watched the whole video of all the women on there. And I'm not saying that they lying. I'm not. They could be telling the truth. But my thing is, I know how we can be in the black community. I know for sure how we can be towards each other, just whatever. And you sitting up here, you want somebody to help you. And per his words, is these people didn't tell him the whole truth, and he couldn't really help them. And if whatever they said in that contract, let me see that contract. Post that contract up somewhere so somebody like me, because I'm the paperwork queen, like somebody like me can read it thoroughly. Post that contract up. That's what I want to see. If it says somewhere in that contract that you lied, this contract could be null and void, that's what that means. And then if you feel like you're right, they say they have lawsuits in the making, so let's see how these lawsuits turn out. Now, if the lawsuits turn out, they went, well, he had better lawyers than us. It's just always going to be something. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that they lying. I'm not saying that this man is not no crook. He might could be a crook. But still, even if we prove that he not a crook, it's still gonna be some people somewhere talking about, well, I just still don't like him. So it don't matter either way, do it. Until next time, I hope everything you touch turn to gold. You probably don't believe me, but I really do hope everything you touch turn to gold.